Okay, good morning everybody and welcome to this SmartCharts European Session. Hope you're all well and ready for another fantastic week of trading the world's financial markets. So what is coming up? Well, first of all, on Monday we do have a US public holiday in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and it's also the US presidential inauguration. Now, that may not be a market mover because, well, pretty much the markets have been moving significantly since the announcement in November of last year. But it's obviously going to be quite important to see which policies will be enacted, which ones will be rolled back, and how the market will respond. And this is the key. We look at how the market responds to different things coming out, and that can give us some clues in where the market is and whether we're going to get some strong trends, whether we're going to get some reversals. Okay, is the market going to respond differently? Are there going to be any surprises of the new president coming into the United States? So we'll keep an eye on the flows and see how they affect the markets. Otherwise, we just end up trading market flows and trade what we see in front of us. But we do need to be mindful of these high impact news announcements. First of all, risk management, of course. So over the course of today, we've got a lot of other different news announcements from Canada, New Zealand, the US, all the Eurozone as well, Japan as well at the end of the week. So the key here is got to make sure we're not too heavily overexposed coming into these high impact news announcements. Okay, if it's a big surprise, the market goes the other way, you might get hit on all of those trades. So we're going to be mindful of that, but also we look for any surprises because we know most things are already priced in. Okay, we know, for example, since the US presidential election result last November, we've had a huge rally in the US dollar. We've had a huge rally in stock markets, in cryptocurrencies and all these different risk assets. Okay, so that then helps us to actually stick with the trend because we know it's fundamentally led. There's a reason why everyone's piling into those markets. Okay, but on the other economic news announcements, things are already priced in as well. Okay, big institutions, big commercial companies, they're already positioning money in the market in anticipation of future events. And if that future event does not happen and there's a bit of a surprise in the news announcement where maybe we get a higher inflation number or a lower inflation number, then that can cause people to readjust their positions, their portfolios. That can cause some big moves in the market, which are sometimes tradable, sometimes not. But our job as a trader is to look at all the different clues the market is presenting to us and to see if there's any opportunity around those clues and actually just consistently do that over a long period of time. Okay, so I'll do my very best to update you of any potential trading opportunities happening this week through these webinars, but make sure you're tuning into all the other live trading webinars happening throughout the course of today and the rest of the week. Make sure you're interacting with all the other intraday traders as well, and also capitalizing on those opportunities. For now, let's dive into smart charts. Let's get an update of what's happening from the technical side of trading and what kind of market flow that we're looking at today. Okay, so if we're looking smart charts, look at the tools tab, look at the currency strength indicator. First of all, is my go-to every single morning because it just gives me a quick update of what's going on in the market. Before I even looked at the chart, it can help me to identify the themes where we can see, okay, well look, the Canadian dollar, the British pound, two of the weakest currencies right now, makes sense with the news announcements coming out later in the week on the Canadian dollar, makes sense with all the headlines that have been coming out regarding the UK. Okay, so in this instance we can see there's strength in things like gold and Bitcoin and euro and the New Zealand dollar, the Japanese yen as well. So we've got big Japanese yen news announcements coming out at the end of the week. So in this instance it can give us a quick insight in terms of, okay, well, what is everyone buying right now, what is everyone selling right now? And there's a few different ways we can use this to our advantage and that we use. So first of all, really what you want to be doing, if you're like a really fast time frame, low time frame, short-term trader, then you're just capitalizing on momentum developing the market. So when you're trading currencies, they're paired, aren't they? You're trading one currency against another one. So really what you want to be doing is buying the strong currencies and selling the weak currencies and pairing those together. Okay. For the medium to higher time frame traders, you may also be doing the same thing, looking to buy the strong ones, sell the weak ones, see if those trends can continue. All right, but then you also might be aware of any potential reversals that could develop in the market, because if something has been consistently strong or weak for some time, then at some point there's going to be a bit of profit taking. If you're coming into some big levels onto the charts, you could see some reversals there. So for example, over the past several months since November, the US dollar, okay, has really been in the green. It's been up here for quite a long time, every single day. And last week though, then the US dollar was actually here for most of the week, and this is why we were trading the phase 2 reversals. Okay, we were trading the profit taking of a lot of people coming out of their US dollar positions in front of all the high impact news announcements that were coming out. So in this week, right now, we'll just continue to trade these market flows and see if we can get any continuation in the strong currencies that everyone's already buying, any continuation in the weak currencies that everyone's already selling, and that's what we do every single week, and let's see if the trends do continue that. Okay, and if we look at this, we can see, okay, well, the pound is relatively weak. I mean, if you're living in the UK, there's been a lot of headlines on the issues regarding the UK economy and the government's fiscal headroom as well, because the borrowing costs for the UK government have gone very, very high, as they have with all governments around the world actually, because the US market is so strong. Okay, so in this instance, we've had a lot of weakness in the pound, so we'll see if there's any continuation this week in the pound, and we want to pair that up with one of the stronger currencies such as the euro, the kiwi, the yen. So this is why actually, if you go to the charts tab and if you go to the phase changer and go to pound yen, which is actually flashing here in the strategy, this becomes quite interesting. Okay, because look, this actually makes sense, doesn't it? We know the pound has been relatively weak, the yen has been relatively strong. And this is why I'm sure you've been trading these downtrends. Okay, for you regular viewers, for those of you following your trading plans that we go through on your 3-day trader certification learn Forex workshop, then you probably have been trading this already. So we'll be looking for a bit of a trend to continue here. We'll be looking for the theme to continue. So first of all, 180 phase changer strategy is one of the strategies we go through of the 5 strategies in your trader certification learn Forex 3-day workshop. And then there's many different strategies inside of SmartCharts which will help you to identify and trade different types of conditions developing in the market across multiple asset classes. And the phase changer is one that helps to identify and trade any momentum trends developing in the market. It utilizes moving averages, the yellow line and the blue line on the chart, and moving averages just help give us a smooth line of average price direction, and it uses relative price patterns such as ring highs and ring lows. Now, if you're not familiar with how SmartCharts is actually helping you, then of course make sure you are reviewing all of the e-learning materials in your learn section. Some fantastic materials and resources there to really help elevate your trading and your learning. So go through all those courses. If you haven't already, watch all the videos and so on. Make sure you're attending all your live trading events from your live events tab as well. So you're attending all your online classes, online webinars, online boot camps, live trading days, workshops, all those things. Lots of things happening every single week. And then make sure you're attending all your coaching sessions, okay? So you can sit with your coach one-to-one, live, go through your performance and your journal tab, identify those strengths and weaknesses, and start customizing, tailoring your trading plans to an approach that actually suits you in your personality, your temperament, your emotional ability. All right, so make sure you're utilizing all those resources. But really what we want to be doing on top of what SmartCharts is finding for us, we just want to look for a couple of things ourselves as well. Now, for those of you from the Trader Certification Workshop, we know that there's a very simple checklist that we use, literally 1 or 2 steps depending on the strategy, and that checklist is the only thing we focus on every single day, every single week. It's that level of consistency and focus which helps us to win the game. Okay, and also the beauty of that checklist is that we then take that checklist, we take that focus, we train and condition ourselves every single week like fighter jet pilots to build the belief and confidence, and actually phone the plan, phone the process, listen to the market through the back testing and forward testing work that we do. Okay, so couple of things that I like to look for. So first of all, I like to be in what we call the moving average zone. So that's basically being on the yellow line, on the blue line, anywhere in between that we call the moving average zone. In a downtrend, I consider that to be my sell zone, and in an uptrend, I consider that to be the buy zone. Okay, so what this does is, for me, it just gives me a focus. I can say, okay, well look, sellers and buyers have turned up here before. Okay, maybe they could turn up here again. All right. Of course, at some point they won't, and price will just break through the moving average, like it's not even there. But then sometimes in the trend, we can get some consistent bounces developing on the moving average. Second thing I look for, and the final thing I look for, is I want to see a visible area on the chart where sellers could turn up, because I can see they've turned up here before. So basically, I want to see a visible support or resistance area on the chart. So for example, click the pencil icon here at the top right, clicked on the ray tool. We can see in this sort of situation, we have this sort of angle of price kicking in here. Okay, so we have this angle of price kicking in here where sellers have been turning up before. So it'll be interesting to see, all right, this angle of price where sellers have turned up before, around that same angle of price, will sellers decide to turn up here again and start continuing this move lower? Okay, and maybe are we going to get such a continuation of the trend that eventually we'll get down to here, right? Because in this instance, what can you see? Look at historically where the market has turned. The market turned here in this double bottom formation. The market turned here at this double top formation. The market turned here, this double top formation. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get another leg lower, then can we get this double bottom formation developing here, and then maybe we're actually looking for reversals all the way down there. Okay, but for now, okay, we're trading in between these type of areas right now. We're trying to capitalize on this trend here, this trend here, this trend here, and now this trend here. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of similarities in terms of where we are now and what has happened before in terms of the consistent trends that we get developing around those moving averages. So we're going to see if that trend is going to continue here today and as the week unfolds. So on top of helping you to identify potential trading opportunities, SmartCharts will also help the most important work, which is risk management. If we click the down icon here, it'll populate an entry price at the blue dot, stop loss at the red dot, target the green dot, which can all be adjusted according to your own user preferences. It will also do the percentage risk calculations, currency conversion calculations, and reward to risk calculations for you. I like to set an expire of a current bar close and then decline or accept the trade. And what that means is if sellers don't turn up and go to the entry level, by the time this current 4-hour bar closes, this pending trade will expire. Didn't win, didn't lose, didn't cost anything. They do decide to turn up, then that will trigger into a live open trade, either go to the target level or go to the stop loss level. So either it turns into winner or it turns into loser. Now in this instance, okay, then we'll be looking for the market to maybe gravitate a little bit more down towards these low points. Okay, so I'm happy to move the target a little bit further and then just accept that update and see if we can get it down into these low points, where actually at those low points we'll then probably be looking for a reversal if we get the right clues. Okay, but then we'll jump to the other trend reversal strategy, the vol reversal inside of smart charts, to help us identify that. Alright, so there's plenty of different things developing in the markets, so make sure you're tuning into all the other live trading webinars, interacting with all the other live traders, helping you to identify and capitalize on things going on. But in the meantime, that is it from me. I'm going to wish you all the best of your trading, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.